Don't cry over spilt milk. You are listening to The Competitor's Brain. This is episode number 31, and I am Lauren Fox. And I think maybe it's a generational thing. I remember hearing it from my parents. I don't really remember saying it to my kids at all, but the expression, don't cry over spilt milk. And we didn't really drink a whole lot of milk in my house, so that wasn't really part of it. It was more the saying and what it was a metaphor for. And it was a reflection on past events have already happened. You can't cry over that past event. You can't do anything to change that past event. So there's really not a whole lot of use in crying about it. Now, there are some things obviously that are worth crying about because you're legitimately sad. But if I spill the milk, there's no real reason for me to get all up in arms, scream, yell. That doesn't make the milk go back into the carton or back into the jug. The milk's still on the counter, and the milk's probably actually now in the process of going toward the coffee maker. Maybe it's going to get all over some papers. You're kind of in a dire situation, so you don't have any choice to cry over spilled milk. What you have to do is deal with the spill at that point in time, figure out what your next best action is, and then go from there. The other really weird thing is, for a saying that is so ubiquitous as "don't cry over spilled milk," the origin is really sort of uncertain. And you would think that a saying like this that became part of the vernacular would really be something that was, pretty well known and something that was, at least in the 19th century, like a pop culture reference. But the only real reference to it is it was first used in a book from 1888, which tells the story of a man who had been robbed. And in spite of his predicament, he reported, "It was no use, however, crying over spilt milk." I have no idea how that becomes part of the American language, but regardless, here we are. So when you spill the milk, don't cry over the milk. Figure out what the next best way is to take care of the spill and then move on to the next thing that you have to do.